Hi Scorpio, welcome to your tarot reading for the week of June 4th through the 10th. It's Raina here. So I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm just going to, let's do something for fun. Let me make 6 little piles, or however many. I need 7 piles. And then I'm going to pick the bottom card from each pile. So this becomes the heart of the matter, and put this aside. This is the challenge position. Stuck. Put that aside. This becomes the foundation of the card. Put that aside. This is the spiritual message. Put this aside. This is the, oops, I need another pile because there's more than I thought. I guess there's 8 cards. Well, what do you know? Okay, so this is going to be the practical advice. Put this aside. This is what is coming in. Put this aside. And the outcome. Ta-da! Okay. And I just do that since I don't really shuffle like in the typical way, just to, you know, get some more cards circulating here. And I did get some that I haven't been picking in other readings, so that's really cool. So for the, oh, this is actually, I thought this was 5 of Cups. This is 5 of Pentacles. That's kind of a, you know, it shows kind of a, not necessarily an upbeat vibe of this card, but this is Pentacles, so it's not necessarily emotional. Now, 5 of Pentacles is actually lack consciousness. And I sometimes get these even in love readings. And in those cases, what I take from that is that some people are so afraid of being alone. And maybe they feel like, oh, this person is showing an interest in me. I better get with this person. Because who knows? What if nobody ever asks me out again or shows interest in me again? Then I'll just be alone for the rest of my life. Those are actual thoughts that go through people's heads. And that's a form of lack consciousness. And of course the material variety, because this is Pentacles after all. So anything where you are thinking that there's not enough to go around and you better grab it fast. Why do you think it works so much when people say limited time offer? Because they're thinking of limitations. They're thinking of like, oh my God, if I can't buy this on sale, I'm not going to be able to get it. I'll never be able to afford this. So we have to like open up our minds to possibility. And the challenge position, another Pentacles, Daughter of Pentacles, which goes to Page of Pentacles. But this is the challenge position. I'm just curious. I got my Tarot Plain and Simple book. I'm just curious what they're going to say about the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I can give you my own ideas, but I'm just curious what they say. Well, they talk about carelessness and rebelliousness, learning disabilities, school problems, lack of an education. I was thinking of something along that line: superficial knowledge, shoddy research, materialism, wastefulness. Bad news about a child. A disturbing letter. Okay. Now, what we could say here, if this is a romantic relationship, it may not be a letter. It could be an email where somebody breaks off with you just very abruptly. Or you get a pink slip that upsets you. Now, look at the basis of this, the Tower card. By the way, this is supposed to be a weekly reading, Scorpio. So this may be something that you have found out about just, you know, already. This is, I'm not saying this is happening in your future necessarily, okay? And of course, this is a general reading. Please don't take everything to heart and say, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job next week. No, that's not what this means. But it's interesting because I'm thinking astrologically, there was just a full moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is your second house of earned income. So full moons can bring endings. Maybe some people did get a pink slip. Who knows? Even if it's a minority, you know, this may kind of blow you away because you're thinking about this. But this to me is like a chicken and egg syndrome with the Five of Pentacles as the focus. What I would say is, do you tend to have that kind of mentality where you think that the other shoe is always about to drop, that you're always worried about a calamity? Because I don't think that way. And I'm not saying that I'm like rolling in dough either. I just don't think, I don't worry about my future. And I don't think that I'm naive or stupid or like delusional. I think that I have Jupiter in the second house of earned income. So maybe I just believe very positively that that the universe is always going to provide for me, no matter what. I think that it can work two ways. I think sometimes people are too pessimistic and they attract negativity to them. Or I think some people are very pessimistic and they can attract wealth to them because they at least are obsessed with money. I think if you become obsessed with something, you tend to attract it. However, with Scorpio, you have to be careful because you are a fixed water sign. So you have the ability, or the tendency is more of what it is, to fixate on something, obsess on something that can be negative and can create a downward spiral because you're unwilling to change. So flexibility is paramount in your thinking. If you know your chart, see if you have Mercury in Scorpio as well, because that's more of your mental, okay? But in this particular reading, there may have been some kind of a sudden event that has led you to kind of feel a sense of lack in your life. But this may have happened a year ago. And it's possible with the Page of Pentacles, you could be talking about a new job. Maybe you're having difficulty finding work if you've been unemployed for a long period of time, because you're still kind of like frozen in this moment of time when this, you know, calamity hit you and you haven't been able to get out of that rut. Same with a romantic relationship that went south. And I think that, I mean, I totally understand, because I do have Taurus rising. I understand that fixation or that rut, how that can be very powerful. But the way that you kind of work on that is by feeding yourself positivity, feeding yourself positive videos on YouTube, feeding yourself positive, and I'm talking about like law of attraction type of stuff, you know, money, career, love, whatever it is that you're, you know, feeling that you can't have anymore. Looking at the people that you surround yourself with. If you're surrounded by a lot of negative people, they could be rubbing off on you and things like that. The higher message is the, oh, well, you might like this, the Two of Cups. Perhaps there's somebody that you need to forgive. Definitely. I think forgiveness is the best way to kind of break through a lot of the stagnant energy of whatever is plaguing you, if there's something plaguing you. It's easier said than done. You can't just go, okay, I forgive. But how many Scorpio people, because believe me, some of you have written to me under videos where I have said this before to you and said, nope, I'm not forgiving, you know, so-and-so. You know, when you do something like that, you don't deserve forgiveness. Making those kind of comments. That is implying that if you don't forgive somebody, that empowers you, which is such bull. That's not true. You don't forgive somebody to say, you know what you did wasn't that bad. Maybe it really was terrible what somebody did. It's looking at it from the higher perspective, which is what the Two of Cups position is in this spread, the higher perspective. Why did they do what they did? Why did that person cheat on you? Did they cheat on you because you are undesirable, unlovable? Or did they cheat on you because they felt undesirable and unlovable? Even if you gave them love, maybe it wasn't enough for them, because if you really have low self-esteem, it doesn't matter how much love you get from your partner. You still have to generate it within yourself. So sometimes people keep looking and looking, even when they have it right, you know, they have somebody who does love them. Think about all the people who throw away good relationships because they have such low self-esteem. They can't accept love. They don't feel deserving of love. And so they're always looking for it in other people, but their cup is never full. So it has nothing to do with you if that is the case. Or maybe they didn't feel that the two of you were compatible. Again, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. So forgiving someone is about, or maybe they have a sex addiction. I mean, I do think that there is such a thing as a sex addiction. And, you know, the point is that it may have, I know it has nothing to do with you. Now, well, I was going to say it may, because what if you were being crazy? What if you were being too possessive, too suspicious? You might have driven someone away. So, I mean, yeah, certainly you might have had a big hand in them leaving if you have your own issues. But if you gave it your all and you weren't like crazy in the relationship, then it could simply be that they couldn't quite handle it. They have something going on personally for them in their lives. The other thing too is maybe there's somebody that you need to reunite with, or that you will reunite. Maybe this is coming from your spirit guides in the spiritual position that hang in there. You will be reuniting with this person that you thought was lost, a soulmate type of relationship. Also in any kind of work situations, the Two of Cups could be about forgiving somebody for firing you. Maybe you've held on to the resentment. I know that happened to me, not being fired, but feeling forced out, having a hostile work environment, you know. Sometimes you can feel like somebody is persecuting you, and they are, and you still have to forgive them. You have to see beyond the pain and the outrage of it. And here's another card. See, it seems like it can never get light with Scorpio, but by the same token, this particular reading may just be one of those shadow work sessions that we have to do. I don't know. This is the practical advice. We have the Ten of Swords. This is a card of hitting bottom. But I'm saying that in a good way, because this is about betrayal. Really, if you've been betrayed, maybe you're kind of pushing that away because it's too painful. It's the end of a cycle. You're going to rise from this position. But sometimes maybe you're holding on to a false hope about a past relationship. And that's possible with the Two of Cups too, is that you're holding on to the thought of reuniting with somebody that is not good for you. So I don't know if you saw that, the way the light shifted. I thought that was pretty cool. So basically what that would be saying, Scorpio, is if you're kind of like hung up on somebody that, you know, did you wrong, but you want to get back with them. And it may be that you need to really face the truth of what they did to you. Not in order to condemn them, but in order to move on and to, you know, put it to rest finally. What's coming in is the Eight of Pentacles. This can be a great card for material success, work success. You may be kind of like taking a course in studies to improve your skills. You may be doing an internship or simply doing a really good job. And that if you have emotional issues related to a broken up relationship, that can help you because you can channel your energy into something constructive. Also, if you are in the workplace, you may be gaining new skills so that you have the most ability to offer employers what they're looking for. And the outcome is the Father of Pentacles. Very good financial card. This is the King of Pentacles. This is a card of material success, the pinnacle of material success. There could be an earth sign individual, like an older male, who is of assistance. Maybe this is a new boss, but anything along those lines. Even a financial advisor. Maybe just like an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but more mature, established, who is helpful to you, or somebody that you are involved with. And this person is going to be very stable. Earth energy is not emotional the same way that water is. So that can be a good balance for your intense nature. And because this is a king, this person will probably understand you. If this is a romantic relationship, they will probably understand the way that you are, not take it too personally or get weirded out by it. If you are emotional, they are like a rock to you. But this can definitely be for work or career situations a really positive card. Okay, Scorpio, I hope that you enjoyed this. Good luck to you in the coming week. If you'd like a personal reading, my link is below. Take care. Bye.